Today you're going to hear about a story that had the internet buzzing, a wave of viral claims that supposedly showed a very different, more daring side of Erin Moran, the actress many remember as Sweet Joni Cunningham on Happy Days. Right off the bat, it's important to be clear. The Erin Moran who starred on Happy Days passed away in 2017, so what followed online was a swirl of misattribution, recycled images, and confusion, a perfect example of how easily nostalgia, rumor, and modern social media collide.
KCRA.
Still, the reaction to these images, whether misattributed archival photos, pictures of someone with the same name, or edited content, reveals a lot about how we view former child stars and how strongly the public clings to the image of someone from an earlier era. Fans who grew up watching Joni remember Erin Moran as the girl next door, wholesome, familiar, and tied to an era of sitcom innocence. So when anything circulated online that seemed to show a radically different persona, it sparked shock, debate, and a rush of commentary across platforms. The story shows that people project expectations onto public figures, and when those expectations are challenged, fairly or unfairly, the conversation gets loud fast. Some people reacted with disbelief and disappointment, holding tight to the image of the actress they remember from their childhood TV sets. Others treated the content as proof that people change, that celebrities evolve, and that personal expression can look very different decades after a breakout role. But underneath the chatter, there's a deeper, more human takeaway. Whether or not those images were authentic, the rush to judge them overlooks the reality that every person, even a famous child star, has a private life, an evolving identity, and a right to be treated with respect and compassion. The whole episode also highlights how quickly misinformation spreads. A single miscaptioned picture or a recycled paparazzi shot can become a trending story before anyone checks the facts. That's why it's so important to pause and verify, to ask whether what's being shared is recent, whether it's actually the same person, and whether the source is trustworthy. For fans, it's a reminder not to hold someone hostage to an image from decades past. For creators and channels chasing clicks, it's a reminder that sensationalism comes with responsibilities. If the images were intentionally provocative, then the conversation should pivot to questions about agency, consent, and the rights of celebrities to present themselves as they choose, and to the reality that public memory is sticky and unforgiving. If the images were misattributed, the conversation should instead be about the ethics of sharing and the impact false claims have on reputations and grieving fans. Either way, the takeaway is the same. We owe people, alive or deceased, the dignity of accurate representation and the benefit of nuance. So before you let your shock turn into a viral share, take a breath, check the facts, and consider whether your reaction is honoring the humanity of the person involved. Erin Moran's career and the affection fans still feel for her role on Happy Days deserve more than a clickbait moment. They deserve thoughtful reflection. If you liked this deep dive into how viral stories and celebrity memory collide, hit that like button and subscribe for more thoughtful takes that separate facts from rumors, and drop your thoughts below. Were you surprised by what you saw online, or did you suspect something wasn't adding up?